See, our goal is to become a doctor. Our goal is to get an MBBS seat in a government medical college. It's possible that you may not have started revision or you're not taking mock tests, whatever it is that you're dealing with. We will have to find a fix for that as soon as possible. Once there are, discipline from the beginning, keep studying without backlogs. And I have listed down the number of questions that have been asked since 2020 to the last year 2025 exam. Hey everyone, welcome to PW NEET English YouTube channel. I'm Shalini Ma'am, your botany teacher. And I'm here today to provide a study strategy to all the NEET 2026 aspirants. So yeah, as you might already be aware, if you've started a countdown, that there is a little over a month left for your NEET exams. So I'm going to give you a strategy which will not give you 720 out of 720 marks. That's not what I'm promising. I wouldn't say that it is unachievable. I would say that it is very, very difficult, but not impossible though. With extreme hard work, that can be achieved too, but that's not why I'm here today. See, our goal is to become a doctor. Our goal is to get an MBBS seat in a government medical college. So what do we do for that? We have to make sure that our score is as high as possible. Okay, so imagine two people who are given the same task. At the beginning of the year, both of them were asked to build a bungalow. One person consistently piles one brick on top of the other every single morning, every day he does that, and in the end of the year, he has succeeded in constructing a beautiful bungalow. On the other hand, the other person got distracted. Maybe he laid a few bricks and that didn't bother to take care of them, and then probably that kind of, deteriorated with time. And now he's left with 4 days before the year ends, and now he's trying to build a bungalow. Would you think he would be able to build a bungalow? Maybe if he had superpowers, he possibly could. But what he can do right now is build himself a tent. That is the least he can do, right? So that is how it is, right? The consistent ones, the ones that are, disciplined from the beginning, keep studying without backlogs, they are the ones that are capable of getting 720 out of 720. It's not everybody's cup of tea, and it's not necessary that you should get 720 out of 720 in order to secure a medical seat in a government college, right? So what can you do to get a decent score that will land you in a government medical college, that will fetch you a government seat? That's what we should focus on. So right now, if at all you have any backlogs, let's start with that. I know a lot of you would not have completed your syllabus, or maybe you've completed your syllabus, but you're not sure about certain concepts in certain chapters, or it's possible that you may not have started revision, or you're not taking mock tests, whatever it is that you're dealing with, we will have to find a fix for that as soon as possible, because as you can see, NEET exam is fast approaching. So I'm here today going to give you a list of high priority botany chapters that, high weightage botany chapters that you can prioritize according to your strengths and weaknesses. If you look at the last few years data, I've taken the data from 2020 and I've given you the number of questions that have been appearing from these botany chapters every year since 2020, so that you get a rough idea of what is the number of questions that you can expect in this year. Of course, it's not going to be like a strict blueprint that we are going to follow. A little bit of changes here and there will be there. But this, going through the last few years question papers, is definitely going to help you strategize your preparation. So here, this is all of the botany chapters in 11th grade, and I have listed down the number of questions that have been asked since 2020 to the last year 2025 exam. So you can get to know the average number of questions that appear from these chapters year after year. And here also you have the 12th grade chapters from botany. Okay, so why would we need this? We want to, use this to kind of figure out how many hours or how many days you would want to allocate for a chapter, right? See, you might feel like you do not know living world very well. You might feel like you do not know maybe respiration in plants very well. Okay, so they are important chapters, but if you look at their weightage, they don't carry as high weightage as a few other chapters. So while you're revising, in case you're not able to complete the syllabus, in case you want to skip a few chapters and focus better on few other chapters, then you should not revise according to NCERT order, going with the first few chapters and leaving the last chapters. While you're revising, while you're studying, make sure that you focus on the high weighted chapters. Some of the high weighted chapters I've listed down in this slide. You can take a screenshot of it. Molecular basis of inheritance and principles of inheritance and variation in botany carry very high weightage. Every year, more than 5 questions you can expect from these two chapters. Okay, sometimes Principles of Inheritance has only 4 questions. But these both are very high weighted chapters, and this requires a lot of your focus. Okay, so these are chapters that you can't understand easily. So this is where your more of your time has to go. Okay, so make sure that you master these chapters, every line without any exception, without any word, without any diagram. You have mastered this chapter, these two chapters, from from the beginning of the chapter to the summary to the end. Make sure not you don't skip anything. Not only do you study, you should also solve questions from this chapter, and be your best prepared in these chapters. Following that, you have sexual reproduction in flowering plants, plant kingdom, cell the unit of life, cell cycle and cell division, morphology of flowering plants. All of these chapters you can expect around 3 to 5 questions, which is a lot of questions. Some of these chapters are, easy to understand, not something that you're learning for the first time, but there are a lot of things that you must remember in these chapters. Like in Cell the Unit of Life, you have different organelles, what their functions are. That is something that you must memorize. And cell cycle and cell division, you have a lot of phases in the cell cycle, and at every phase in the cell cycle, specific events take place. You should know exactly which event is happening in which phase. In plant kingdom, morphology of flowering plants, you have numerous examples that you have to memorize. So make sure you do all of that. Okay, so when I say you have to master these chapters, I mean to say when you're studying plant kingdom, you don't just read the general characters of bryophytes and not remember its examples. You don't just read general characters of pteridophytes and not remember its classes, right? So when I say you must complete these chapters, I mean to say that you have to do this from the beginning title to the last page. Everything you should memorize, everything that chapter has, you should have learnt that. Even in Cell the Unit of Life, you have a few scientist names, like when did Palade discover ribosomes, who discovered Golgi apparatus, and when did Robert Brown discover the nucleus. So all of these data is there. Every one of those you must memorize. So this is your number 1 block. Once you are done with this block, once you have completely covered all of these chapters, you can go ahead and analyze the remaining chapters, and in that you see what is your strength, how much weightage it is carrying. Some of these chapters are very difficult to understand and does not carry much weightage. So if that is going to consume too much time, but it's not too many questions are going to appear from that chapter, then maybe you should not prioritize it immediately. Maybe you can save it for later. So think about that. The reason I'm giving you this last 5-6 years data is because, see, sometimes what happens is, if you look here, if you look at cell cycle and cell division chapter, if you look at just 2025 data, there's only one question that is asked. So you shouldn't assume that this is a low weighted chapter. If you look at the last few years, as many as 6 questions have been asked sometimes. Okay, so when you compare the last few years, you get a rough idea about how many questions you can expect from there, right? So that is the thing. And also, if you look at the chapter, where is it? Yeah, anatomy of flowering plants. Last year, there is only one question that has been asked. Plant kingdom, earlier, only 3 questions have been asked. Last year, 5 questions have been asked. See, biological classification has a lot of examples and general characters that you must remember, but consistently, just around 1 question has been asked from that chapter. So depending upon whether it is easy for you, if it comes easily to you, if you can memorize very well, then no problem, you can go ahead and master that as well. But if you're short on time, instead of wasting time on chapters like the living world and biological classification and even respiration for that matter, compared to the other chapters, it does not carry much weightage. So you can save such chapters for a little later. Okay, I hope this video has helped. In case you need any other videos or if you have any other topics which you want me to address, like if you have any queries, you can drop them down in the comment section and I will make sure to create videos on whatever concerns you have. So do not waste time. Time is money. Every minute ticking is very important for you. So make sure that you try and spend as much time as you can along with your books and avoid distractions of all kinds. Okay? All the very best. Thank you.